at how tiny he is. He's so tiny. That's the ones I want. The little tiny guys. But if they don't get bigger, we're gonna get this guy. These kind of guys. So we'll see what happens. But I love the little tiny guys.
Aaron has requested we get the tiny Corys. These little guys right here. So we're picking up 3 of them. Yay!
Alright, so 30 minutes later and a bunch of fish, we have decided on the tiny, tiny baby fish.
Also picked up a couple guppies. The guppies were small enough that the guy was like,
half price.
half price for you.
We like you, half price.
We think you are good people. We will give it to you for $2. $2 for 2. I don't even know what accent I'm doing. The guy doesn't have an accent.
But we got 3 tiny little Cory baby friends.
Yeah, they're adorable. Aaron wanted the little tiny polka dot ones, so we got the little tiny polka dot one. The first thing I like to do is just stick them in the water.
They're like, oh god!
Well, while that's happening, I'm gonna pull out the
They're becoming friends.
I'm gonna pull out the heater, and I'm also gonna tell you a little bit about Corys. So Corys are bottom feeder fish. They like to hang out on the substrate at the very bottom of the tank. Because they're hanging out at the bottom and they've got soft, fishy underbellies, they like sandy substrate. So they like to hang out at the bottom of the tank. They keep your tank nice and clean, and their favorite thing to do, obviously, is to sift through the substrate for old food. And while they're doing that, they will filter your substrate. When you have substrate, you run the risk of, especially if there's your substrate sits for a long time, you run the risk of having these toxic gas bubbles build up underneath the substrate, and you don't want that because that will kill your fish. So you kind of need something to sift through it. So to keep the dangerous bubbles from coming up and killing all of your fish, what you do is you have something to dig through the substrate. And you can do this yourself with a finger or whatever, like just sort of sift it around. If you move plants a lot, then that's good. Obviously the risk here is that bubbles have already built up, so when you move the plants, you let a few loose and kill everything in your tank. But like the hope is that you keep them from building up at all. And Corys are a really good option for keeping that from happening. The other thing they do is they will clean your glass. So if you have dirty glass, we don't, so we have a ton of snails, but if we did have dirty glass, the Corys would definitely help to clean it. They also like to hang out on the filter. They're cool. They're really cool cats. They're catfish. Normally, when you're making an aquarium, you don't want to skimp on the heater or the filter. However, in this case, I mean, it was still $37? 33? $33. So like, that's what you get, man. These guys are really excited about their new friend.
They have new tank mates.
Put the fish in the tank. Do it, Aaron. Guppy. There goes Corys just immediately down. Looks like that is all of them. We got 2 guppies. And the Corys are happy. They're immediately nibbling on rocks. The Corys have settled in their little home. They are scattered about despite being so social. And the guppies are also pretty happy here. They've been playing with their new guppy friends. Now these don't have to be the only males in the tank, which is bad because they tend to be aggressive towards each other without females. Alright, that's it this time. Join us, I guess, next time. We'll have more updates for you on things. Bye!